Morning. My name is Chris Abdulfair, student of software engineering class, and today we're going to be talking about C++, and we are going to be having an overview of what C++. So let me just go ahead and then open my files. Okay, so first things first, we are going to be talking about C++ itself. Okay, so what's C++? C++ is just what a general purpose programming language. Okay, it's a general purpose programming language derived from what the programming language was C. Or some people say this C hashtag or something. Derived from the programming language C and was what developed, created by William Stahlstrup in what 1979 and formerly called what C with what classes. Okay. C++ was coined by what Rick Masiti in what 1983, commercially released in what 1985. C++, yes, it evolved from what C. You are saying in mid 1998, ANSI and what ISO C++ languages standards were what approved. In 1998, all these languages were what approved. Okay. So now let's take a look at this. Why is it important to use what C++ and what our programming is? It is used in what every computing system. Currently, C++ is what should I say it's the most what popular programming language that is being used to what develop most apps on the websites. Anything you can think of. Most of them are normally what being created by what C++. Okay. It's efficient, close to what machine programming. Okay. C++ has what object oriented programming. Okay. It has what object oriented programming what embedded in what in it. Okay. So it's universal words, usable modular programs, portable programs for what various platforms. So it helps what identify components, what's called objects, specify relevant data, and possible operations to be performed on what that data. Each object consists of data operations on that data. An object what combines data and operations on what the data into a single unit. Let's continue. A programming language that implements OOD is what's called what an oriented programming language. Learn how to represent data in computer memory, how to manipulate data, and how to implement operations. So object oriented programming is simply that what it learns how to represent data in a computer memory. How to manipulate that data, it's what it learns, and what how to implement those operations in what's a program. Okay. So write what are algorithms and implement them in what programming language. So after writing an algorithm, object-oriented programming what helps you to what implement them in what a programming language of your choice. It learns what how to combine data and operations on the data into what a single unit called what an object. Okay. And C++ was also designed to implement what OOD. Okay. OOD is what is used with what structured design, data abstraction. That is what the creation of classes to describe objects, data, and what encapsulation, what controlled access to object data, and what inheritance by what derived classes. Okay, so now let's take a look at a simple C++ program. As you can see, we have what our headers, and what our standard library right here, which is iostream using namespace std. It's our main function. That's your main function. You're simply what should I say writing. Should I say you're moving without a head or something. That's the main header files. You have a simple code right here without curly braces. See out, enjoy yourself with C++, end L, and what terminate and return zero curly braces. That's just a simple way to what write C++ codes. And then just a basic code. So I'll be implementing that same shit right here. So As you can see, I've stated out my what include IO stream. Then you have what our termination namespace std. Then you have what our int main function. It's what our curly braces. Then we're going to just type something like cout. So cout basically helps you to what output a code. Okay, cout technically helps you to what output codes. Yeah, anything you write in it's just going to help you output it. And cin actually helps you to what or prompts the user to what input codes of the user's choice. So let's write my first video C++. It was and L without termination. Okay, let me just add one more code to it. Count and without terminate. Then we have 10, yeah. So return zero. Sorry, I forgot the terminate. So as you can see, we have what our include directory using namespace std, int main function, and what you have our first function here, which is what cout. Okay, cout first my first tutorial about video C++ with endl. The endl simply means that what end line. Okay, and mind you, all these falls under what standard library. Okay, so cout come to power is what an endl. Then you always don't have to forget your termination. Termination is the most important one. It simply means what you're ending a single line of code and moving to another. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. So with that done, you can just go ahead and say what processing a C++ program to execute what a program within high level languages of the C++. Use an editor as we just used. In a C++ program, statements that begin with the symbol what hash are what called what preprocessor directives. And these are what this C processor directives. Right here is what as you can see. Hashtag what include what array. Okay, that's a directive right there. So these statements are processed by a program called what preprocessor. Use the compiler. Okay, then as you can see the code blocks right there has a compiler already installed in it, so we are going to be using that to run our program. Okay, translate into machine language object program, not there yet. Software development kit will be used to create a program. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let's see what happens when I run the code for the first time. Okay, I'm going to build it first to see if I have any errors in the code. Okay, since there are no errors in the code, so let's run it directly. Okay, as you can see, you can see first tutorial video in C++, not count power. Okay, so these are just what the basics of what talking about the C++ program, how to write simple codes and what everything under it. Okay, so I'll be ending here for now, and then we'll continue with our week 2 what session very soon. Thank you.